And they are racing. Pettinari out to the front. Roan for the Rose, the favorite, now flashing speed. Isabel D'Eauclair, Kick Rocks Kid up the inside, up the backside. Southern Sense is climbing to the outside of Over Calendar, who just went by that one, as did Scotch No Rocks. Jackie's back in the yellow silks in about 8 lengths off the lead. Then it's Admiral Tim to the outside of that one. Mahal Kita is 2 in front of Longerview, and Meatloaf's Chance is at the back of the pack. Into the far turn, the quarter 22 and 1. 3 across the course. 3 wide is Roan for the Rose. To the fences, Kicks Rocks Kid. Isabel D'Eauclair is sandwiched between those. Pettinari off the shelf moves a 4 wide fourth. Over Calendar is 5th. Up the inside comes Jack No Rocks, and Southern Sense is wide. Meanwhile, Mahal Kita is going to baggage claim 3 over at Delta, way out wide. Top of the home stretch. In Roan for the Rose in the middle of the track has the lead. Up the inside, Kick Rocks Kid. Here comes Kick Rocks Kid up the inside. Now between horses. Over Calendar is upset-minded down the stand side. Southern Sense. Many chances here. Roan for the Rose in the middle. Over Calendar. Over Calendar reaching up and after the lead. Over Calendar will get there. Over Calendar at a huge number. Won the opener by just better than a length in 1:11 and 4. Where's Lucky to the outside? They are at the post. And they're off. Horrible beginning for Rip It Ryan. Good start, though, for Drop Anchor. Horse Daddy flashing speed. Mountain Ghost is 3rd. Tuskegee Cat in behind horses from 4th, but rushing up. It is on heels, in fact, on the run the first turn. So Drop Anchor shows the way. Tuskegee Cat trying to slide through underneath that one. And the jock on the Drop Anchor is going to give him some room and let him go on through, as Horse Daddy is 3rd. Now up the inside, Vasilevsky is 4th. Mountain Ghost is 5th. 3 or 4 lengths further back to Command Central's about 2. In front of Mountain Ghost up the backside run. Mr. Peterton is next. Weller Rogue alongside. And then a couple lengths further back to the trailer, Strike Price. A quarter quick, 23 and 4. Tuskegee Cat on the class drop at 3 to 5 shows the way. Made that big rush. Now is taken in hand and backing the pace up into the field here. As drawn a closer second is Mountain Ghost. Also Drop Anchor. And between those two, Horse Daddy. Vasilevsky is 5th, only about 2 off the pace now, still 4 or 5 back to Command Central. Mr. Peterkin starts to unwind as Weller Rogue is being asked for some more speed just towards the inside of Where's Lucky. Still 2 or 3 lengths back to Rip It Ryan, who hopped at the start, and Strike Price is last. Tuskegee Cat has still showed the way here to the top of the home stretch. Was used hard to get there, though. Tuskegee Cat up top. Mountain goes for 2nd. Meanwhile, Drop Anchor just checked off heels down the stand side. Mr. Peterkin with 1 furlong to go. Tuskegee Cat has raced into submission as Mr. Peterkin ratcheting up the pressure and drawn away from Mike Norris. Mr. Peterkin driving on a 2.5 length lead. Late on the scene comes Command Central, and Mountain goes to the wire. Another upset bombs away winner. Mr. Peterkin had to be at least 19 or 20 to 1 to start the pick 4. Running time 1:39 and 4. And they're off. For the lead from between horses, Authoritarian, also Sonic Burn. Between those two, English Classic, Maseta, and 0 to 100 on the run the first turn. Then a length and a half further back, Eli races second last, and Deny is at the back of the pack. Authoritarian with the lead with 6.5 furlongs to go. The lead is a length and a half to English Classic. Maseta in the red cap at 4 to 5 is 3 deep from 3rd. Then a length further back as they work around that turn to straighten up for the backstretch journey. It's 0 to 100 to the outside of Eli. A length and a half further back, Kick It Charlie's deep on the course, 6 in front of Sonic Burn, and Deny will have to do it from the 8th and trailing position. The quarter was 24 and 1. 4.5 furlongs to travel. Authoritarian trying to see it out here. A neck to English Classic. Maseta stalking to the outside in the clear from 3rd. Eli still parked at the rail from 4th. 0 to 100 is 5th and about 5 off the pace. Kick It Charlie starts to close in. Still 3 back to Deny, who's up 1 spot. And Sonic Burn has nothing but hindquarters in front of him. Half mile, 48 and 1. Controlled tempo being set by Authoritarian, and Corey Orm shows the way as Maseta moves into 2nd with that big, long stride in that high head carriage here as Masetta wanders up to the outside of the pace setter. Meanwhile, from the backfield, wide comes 0 to 100 to the top at home stretch. Authoritarian, upset-minded up top as Masetta ranges up to the outside. Here comes Masetta running green all over there on the wrong lead and all with that high head carriage. Masetta to the outside. Authoritarian still finding. Authoritarian trying to hold Masetta at bay. 3 further back to Eli in third. To the wire, Authoritarian. Masetta's going to be given some rain right at the wire, and I think got up right on the square, running down the pace setter. Authoritarian photo finish to kick off the single six. To the outside, they are at the post, and they're off. Dalton's Love had an alert beginning. The Gray Sunny Needs Money jumped well, and up the inside, Starship Belmont onto the run the first turn. Wicked Wonder with a couple of saddle bounce there from Sanjur as he got bounced off the saddle a couple of times after taking hold in the run the first turn. Aunt Ruth to the outside of him, as is I Need a Girl Like You, and Connect the Causeway. She's in about the 4 path as they work around the opening turn. Right now is third last, the 2 back markers, Trick Hat and Freaking Hot. A contested pace up top as there are 4 across the course. On the inside, Dalton's Love trying to catch a hole in the middle. Starship Belmont advancing to the outside, Connect the Causeway. Meanwhile, the Gray Sunday Needs Money will back off that trio. Now she is 4th. I Need a Girl Like You is 5th. Up the inside, Wicked Wonder with that erratic first turn run has drawn within a half a dozen lengths off the lead. Aunt Ruth and Right Now are the next 2. Parked out wide is Trick Hat and still 2. Back to Fracking Hot. Half mile is 48 and 4. Dalton's Love still there. Starship Belmont from between horses moves a closer second. Connect the Causeway has worked hard to be up part of the pace and has been parked wide every step of the journey. Wicked Wonder is still in traffic trouble down towards the inside, looping up wide as they race around the turn towards the top of the home stretch. Here comes Trick Hat. It's Trick Hat for Joe Loudy with a 3-wide blitz as the whip is out on Starship Belmont. That's all for Dalton's Love. Now, finally, Wicked Wonder has clear sailing, but a lot of work to do. Fracking Hot is rolling from last, but Trick Hat got first run. And Trick Hat, she's drawing away here. Trick Hat for veteran Joe Lafferty gets it done, and she won by about 4 in the end. Fracking Hot was second. Then it was tight for third. They are at the post. And they are racing. Sluggish beginning for East by West was slow into stride. Quick into stride is Notario. Bold Blue away in the second position from between horses. Don't Let Me Down. He's a Pisces, flanks that one. Then Wolf Warrior in the gray. A Man Walks into a Bar. The favorite is 6th early, about 6 off the lead. Hale Allen racing towards the inside of Savion Blanc. Then it's Reprehend deep on the courses shortly. Still 3. Back to Sailor's Chanson after the slow beginning. East by West is way out of it. The quarter was 22 and 2. The leader is Notario. Shows the way by just better than 2. Don't Let Me Down and Bold Blue, they're second and third. He's a Pisces is 4th. Then a link for the back up the inside. Hale Allen. A Man Walks into a Bar is parked out wide but closing in as they race around the turn chasing Notario, and the Iron Man shows the way after a half. 45 and 4. Notario will cut the corner. A Man Walks into his Bar is gaining ground, now shifting ground as is on the wrong lead, is going to try to go down to the inside of Notario, who's still finding with a furlong to go. Uzi going to work on Notario, shaken up and driving by 2. A Man Walks into his Bar is lugging in and not going to get to pace-setting Notario. Well rationed by Uzi, wins all the way up top to give Uzi his 3rd win this week. And Man Walks into Bar had to settle for second, tight for third. Notario coast to coast for McKenzie and Smith. They are at the post. And they are racing in the 39th running of the Forego. And it was a good start for the favorite. Visitant from the high draw was quick into stride. Pull setter, flashing speed underneath, and right between those 2, the maiden Midnight Escape. On the run up the backstretch, Nighttime will track that trio from 4th. Hear My Song. In between horses from 5th to the inside. Be Here is 6th, about 2.5 off the pace, still 3. Back to Candy Overload, who is 7th, and Bandit Swanson is 8th in trailing. Up the backside in the Forego, the quarter 22 and 3. And Pole Setter is setting those fractions in front, a length and a half to Midnight Escape from second. Visiton hovering large up to the outside from third. Hear My Song sequestered along the rail from fourth. Nighttime starts to roll now. It's covering that one up. Here comes Nighttime moving well in hand on the far turn run, and right on his back, Candy Overload. Then B Here's towards the inside as they race around the turn, 3 across the course. A 3 wide bid from Visitant. Up the inside, still Pole Setter in between those two. The whip is out on the Midnight Escape. Here comes Candy Overload way out wide, and finally Hear My Song found a seam. Here comes Hear My Song up and after the lead. Candy Overload to the outside between those two. Nighttime. A thrilling finish here in the forego. Down to the wire, and Candy Overload over the top. Gets up in the shadow of the wire. Candy Overload won the 39th running of the forego in 1:16-2. They are at the post, and they are racing. Good start for Nautilus. Also, quick stride was Tiberius Mercurius. For stepping down along the inside is for the placed as well as they run by us for the first time. Chantry Flats away about 3.5 lengths off the lead early, then it is slicked back down along the inside. Union General George is racing along mid-flight, just about 6 lengths off the pace under the line for the first time. Tiberius Mercurius out to set the tempo for stopping to the inside. In between horses as they head into the turn, it is Nautilus. Nautilus in the red silks is third. Chantry Flats to the outside from fourth. Slickback is fifth at about 6 off the pace. Advancing to the outside, Union General George. And in between horses as they work around the opening turn, that's Common Bond. We throw back a link to Buy Me Candy, who's about 9 lengths off the pace. Protonic Power is second last, and Bluegrass Parkway has to pass them all. Up the backside they go. The quarter on the board, 24 seconds flat, half-mile controlled tempo, 48-1. Tiberius Mercurius still shows the way up the backside past the 4.5 furlong marker by a length. Down along the inside, Verstappen is second. Chantry Flats in the yellow silk starts to close in from third. Nautilus to the inside in fourth as Slickback starts to unwind. There goes to the outside Common Bond, the gray catching the eye, and from between horses starting to unwind as well. It is Current, but they still have to get to Tiberius Mercurius, who shows the way after 3/4, 1:12-1. Just outside a quarter mile to go, and Tiberius Mercurius now has company as they reach the top of the home stretch. It's Tiberius Mercurius to the inside. Up to the outside, it is Verstappen. These two square off, and they turn on down for the money. They come together outside the furlong grounds. Verstappen to the outside, till battling to the inside is Tiberius Mercurius. These two continue to exchange bumps with a 16th to go. And late on the scene, down the stand side, comes Buy Me Candy down to the wire. Verstappen to the outside, and a photo finish with Tiberius Mercurius. Those two, neither would give an inch. They fought the entire stretch, and Buy Me Candy was third. The running time for the mile and a quarter was 2:03 flat. And they are racing. High-powered with an alert beginning, also quick into stride, Delph Blue. El Cheapo to the outside from third. In between horses on the run the first turn is Popping. Right in behind that one, Honky Tonk Hero. Advancing along the inside, Lord Revel Stroke. 3 deep as they work around the turn, Saving Mama. Still 2 back to Down Home Kitten. A link to Texas Gano's second last, and Blanket of Roses, the favorite, is last of the 10. Just outside 6 furlongs to go, it's Delft Blue and High Powered. Those two go on with it, matching strides, both of those really tugging hard against the jock. 24-3 the time for the opening quarter. El Cheapo to the outside of Popping, to the inside, Lord Revelstoke. A margin of 5 lengths back to Texas Gano with an early backstretch brush up to the outside of Saving Mama. Still 3 back to Honky Tonk Hero, Blanket of Roses, and Down Home Kitten. They move together as they pass the half-mile pole in 48-3. High-powered still up top. Delph Blue still second. Lord Revelstoke to the inside from third. El Cheapo is being asked to go get them from fourth. Popping is fifth. Still 2 back to Texas Gano, continuing to grind away within 5 lengths of the lead as they race around the turn. It's high-powered Lord Revelstoke. 3 wide comes Delph Blue. To the outside of that one is El Cheapo. Up the inside, Popping. Texas Gano is in between horses. Top of the home stretch. Here's Lord Revelstoke. Up to the outside of High-powered. These two are a length and a half in front of Texas Gano, who's coming at him and coming on. He's running right into their backs, though, as High Powered still finding up top. Lord Revelstoke to the outside. Now Texas Gano switches to the outside. High Powered is still there. Texas Gano lunging. Photo! High Powered to the inside. Texas Gano to the outside. Then it was Lord Revelstoke in 139 and 1.